Matt Armstrong has once again taken on one of the most ambitious and risky car projects imaginable, purchasing a repossessed Bugatti Veyron with an unknown history and potentially catastrophic faults.
It does actually run.
What follows is a deep dive into the investigation, diagnosis, and early repair of one of the world's most complex hypercars. When Matt Armstrong acquired the repossessed Bugatti Veyron, the only thing that came with it was a set of keys. There was no service history, no explanation for why it had been repossessed, and no documentation outlining its condition. This immediately made the purchase a high-risk gamble. With a car as complex and expensive as a Veyron, even minor issues can result in enormous repair bills, often reaching hundreds of thousands of pounds. The first step in understanding the car was to run a vehicle history check. Surprisingly, the registration details were available and revealed several important insights. The car was officially registered as white, yet visually it appeared to be a completely different color. This discrepancy quickly led to the discovery that the entire car had been wrapped. Underneath the wrap, glimpses of a light blue and darker blue paint hinted at its original finish. Further investigation revealed that the car had been manufactured in Molsheim, France, home of Bugatti, but was originally built for the Dubai market. This detail raised interesting possibilities. Cars destined for Dubai are often believed to have enhanced cooling systems due to the extreme heat conditions, although this remains more speculation than confirmed fact. Regardless, the car was later imported to the UK in 2018, where it saw a noticeable increase in mileage before usage slowed significantly after 2023. One crucial detail stood out. The car had passed an MOT as recently as July 2025. This meant that whatever catastrophic issue caused the repossession must have developed within a relatively short time frame, roughly 8 months. A strong theory emerged that the previous owner may have been unable or unwilling to pay for repairs, leading to the finance company reclaiming the vehicle. Despite its uncertain past, the Veyron appeared to be in remarkably good cosmetic condition. The interior showed minimal wear, especially considering the car dated back to 2006. However, beneath this pristine appearance lay serious mechanical concerns. Upon startup, the car revealed multiple warning lights on the dashboard, including engine and coolant warnings. More alarmingly, the transmission was completely unresponsive. The car could not be shifted out of park, rendering it immobile. Additionally, the engine emitted unusual sounds, suggesting deeper mechanical issues. 3 major problems were immediately identified: a misfiring engine, a coolant system fault, and a gearbox that refused to engage. Given the potential cost of a Bugatti gearbox, estimated at around £300,000, the transmission issue became the top priority. Diagnostic tools were connected to the car, revealing dozens of fault codes. After clearing them and rescanning, several persistent issues remained. One of the key faults pointed to a misfire in cylinder 8, potentially caused by a faulty coil pack, spark plug, or even a deeper electronic issue. Attention then shifted to the gearbox. Unlike conventional transmissions, the Veyron uses a highly advanced system involving hydraulic pressure generated by an electronic pump. This pump is critical for gear changes, as it controls solenoids that direct transmission fluid. Without sufficient pressure, the car simply cannot shift gears. Initial observations suggested that the gearbox pump was either not functioning correctly or failing to build pressure. This raised 2 possibilities: either the pump itself was faulty, or there was insufficient transmission fluid due to a leak. At the same time, a coolant leak was identified at the front of the car. Visual inspection suggested that a radiator may have been damaged, possibly by road debris. While topping up coolant temporarily resolved the dashboard warning, the underlying leak remained an issue that would need addressing. The investigation continued by examining the underside of the car. After removing multiple undertrays, including components related to the car's advanced aerodynamic system, no obvious leaks were found in the transmission system. This made the diagnosis more challenging, as there were no clear signs of fluid loss that would explain the lack of pressure. A manual test of the gearbox revealed something crucial: the transmission was not mechanically seized. The wheels could rotate when manually placed in neutral, confirming that the issue was not a catastrophic mechanical failure. Instead, the problem was likely electronic or hydraulic. Focus then returned to the engine misfire. The issue appeared to be worse during cold starts, leading to suspicion around the secondary air injection system. This system helps reduce emissions by injecting air into the exhaust during startup. If malfunctioning, it can cause incorrect readings from sensors, leading to misfires. Testing confirmed that the secondary air pumps themselves were functional when powered directly. However, they were not activating during normal operation, suggesting a problem with relays, wiring, or control systems. At this stage, multiple seemingly unrelated faults were present: non-functioning air pumps, a gearbox pump failing to operate correctly, and persistent electrical issues. This pointed toward a broader electrical fault rather than multiple independent failures. The breakthrough came during an inspection of the car's fuse system. Without a detailed diagram, each fuse had to be checked manually. Eventually, a critical discovery was made. One of the fuses had completely melted into the fuse box. Even more concerning, it appeared that an incorrect, higher amperage fuse had been installed previously. This improper fuse likely allowed excessive current to pass through the system, generating heat and causing damage. It also suggested that someone had attempted to bypass an underlying issue rather than properly diagnosing it. Replacing the damaged fuse with the correct rating led to an immediate and dramatic change. The gearbox pump began to operate correctly, building pressure as intended.
The pump!
It's working!
It's working!
For the first time since acquiring the car, the transmission successfully engaged gears. This moment transformed the entire project. What initially seemed like a potential 300,000-pound gearbox failure turned out to be caused, at least in part, by a single faulty fuse. With the gearbox now operational, the Veyron was able to move under its own power. This marked a major milestone in the restoration process and significantly increased the viability of the project. However, the journey was far from over. The engine misfire still needed to be resolved, the coolant leak required proper repair, and the car would need a comprehensive service to ensure long-term reliability. Nevertheless, the most intimidating and expensive problem had been addressed. The discovery also raised important questions about the car's past. The presence of an incorrect fuse suggested previous attempts at repair that may not have followed proper procedures. Combined with its repossession, this painted a picture of a car that had likely been used extensively but not always maintained to the standards expected of a hypercar. Matt Armstrong's methodical approach, combining research, diagnostics, and hands-on investigation, demonstrated how even the most complex automotive problems can sometimes have surprisingly simple solutions. It also highlighted the risks and rewards of purchasing high-end vehicles with unknown histories. With the gearbox functioning, the project shifted from a risky gamble to a promising restoration. The vision of driving the Bugatti Veyron across Europe, potentially even to Monaco, began to feel achievable rather than unrealistic. This story underscores a key lesson in automotive diagnostics. Never assume the worst-case scenario without thorough investigation. In a car as advanced as the Bugatti Veyron, a small electrical fault can mimic the symptoms of a catastrophic mechanical failure. Matt Armstrong's journey with this repossessed Veyron is far from complete, but the early stages have already delivered one of the most dramatic turnarounds imaginable, from a seemingly broken hypercar to a running and driving machine, all thanks to persistence, knowledge, and attention to detail.